The Story of J.K. Rowling, From Struggling Single Mother to Global Phenomenon. J.K. Rowling, known worldwide for her creation of the Harry Potter series, is an example of how persistence, resilience, and belief in oneself can transform one's life. Her journey to literary fame was not one of overnight success, but of hardships, rejection, and immense personal and financial struggles. She is a living testament to the power of holding on to a dream, even when everything around you seemed to be falling apart. A difficult beginning. Born Joanne Rowling on July 31, 1965, in Yate, Gloucestershire, England, J.K. Rowling grew up with a deep love for literature. She was a bookworm from an early age, often immersed in stories and fascinated by the magic of storytelling. Her love for writing was evident in her childhood, where she would create stories and characters to share with her family and friends. However, her early life was not without its struggles. Rowling's mother, Anne, was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when Rowling was just a young girl. This had a profound impact on Rowling's life and mindset, as she watched her mother endure a slow and painful decline over the years. Her mother passed away in 1990, a loss that deeply affected Rowling and became a source of emotional turmoil for years. Her father, who had been largely absent from her life, was not a significant presence in her upbringing, which left her feeling somewhat isolated. Despite these challenges, Rowling's love for writing continued to grow. She studied French at the University of Exeter, and after graduation, she worked in various jobs, including as a researcher and bilingual secretary at Amnesty International. Though she was successful in these roles, her passion for writing never waned. However, she knew she wasn't on the right path yet. She had dreams of becoming an author, but had no idea how to turn those dreams into reality. The struggles of life as a single mother. By the age of 26, J.K. Rowling was living in Edinburgh, Scotland, with her young daughter Jessica and struggling financially. She had recently divorced her first husband, a relationship that had left her emotionally broken and financially drained. She was living on state welfare, and her situation was dire. For many people, this would have been the breaking point, a place where hope seemed lost. But Rowling's story is one of perseverance in the face of adversity. During this time, Rowling experienced severe depression, which she has openly discussed in interviews. She was diagnosed with clinical depression, which deeply affected her ability to function. However, in the midst of these overwhelming feelings of sadness and despair, Rowling turned to writing as a form of escape and healing. Writing Harry Potter became her lifeline, something that she clung to as a source of strength when everything else seemed to be falling apart. In a small cafe in Edinburgh, often with her daughter asleep beside her, Rowling began writing what would become the first Harry Potter book. It was during this time that the world of Harry Potter began to take shape, an imaginary world filled with magical creatures, wizards, and a young boy who would change the course of history. And the birth of Harry Potter first came to Rowling during a train journey from Manchester to London in 1990. She has said that the idea came to her out of nowhere. But the truth is, it was a culmination of her love for fantasy, mythology, and storytelling. The characters, especially Harry Potter, began to take shape in her mind, and she spent the next several years working on the story. The process was slow and often difficult, especially as she was juggling being a single mother and dealing with her personal struggles. The first draft of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, known as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in the United States, was completed in 1995. However, the road to getting it published was far from smooth. Rowling sent the manuscript to multiple publishers only to face rejection after rejection. In fact, she received 12 rejections from publishing houses, with one editor telling her that children's books are not very profitable. Many of the rejections were discouraging, but Rowling refused to give up. At the time, Rowling was still living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. She had no money to support herself or her daughter, and the idea of ever becoming a published author seemed like an impossible dream. But Rowling kept pushing forward. She revised the manuscript, honed her craft, and maintained a fierce belief in her story. She continued to submit her work to publishers, despite the mounting rejections. Finally, in 1996, after a year of persistent effort, the manuscript landed on the desk of Barry Cunningham, an editor at Bloomsbury Publishing in London. Cunningham had just recently read a manuscript for a children's book and was about to reject it when he picked up Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. He immediately saw potential in the book and offered Rowling a modest advance of £1,500, an amount that was far from a fortune, but enough to give Rowling a chance to see her dream come true. The book was published in 1997, and it quickly gained a loyal following. However, it wasn't until the success of the second book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, that the series truly exploded. The Harry Potter books became a global phenomenon, with each subsequent installment breaking records for sales and becoming a cultural touchstone. The success of Harry Potter brought J.K. Rowling financial independence, but it also allowed her to change the lives of others. She became one of the wealthiest women in the world. But instead of simply enjoying the fruits of her success, Rowling used her newfound fortune for good. She established several charitable organizations, including Lumos, a charity aimed at helping disadvantaged children around the world. She also donated millions of dollars to causes related to children's rights, poverty alleviation, and the welfare of families. Rowling's success story is not just one of financial gain, it's one of transformation. She rose from living on welfare and battling depression to becoming one of the most successful authors in history. Her story shows that with perseverance, resilience, and a belief in your own potential, it is possible to turn even the darkest of circumstances into a powerful source of personal and professional growth. Never give up on your dream. Even when faced with rejection after rejection, Rowling refused to abandon her dream of becoming a published author. She believed in her story and her ability to share it with the world. Embrace failure and rejection. Rowling faced numerous setbacks, including financial struggles and personal losses, but each failure became an opportunity to learn and grow. Turn pain into purpose. Her experiences with grief and depression deeply influenced her writing, and she turned her struggles into meaningful stories that resonated with millions. The power of resilience. Rowling's ability to persevere through hardship, whether emotional, financial, or professional, led to her eventual success. Success is a journey, not an instant outcome. Rowling's path to success took years of hard work, dedication, and belief in herself. There is no overnight success. Rowling's life story is one of triumph over adversity, and her legacy as an author, philanthropist, and inspiration to millions is a testament to the power of resilience. From the depths of personal despair to global recognition, Rowling's journey proves that with perseverance and a belief in yourself, anything is possible.